All right. Hey, folks, welcome to the runningrestaurants.com podcast. We're bringing the tips, tools, and techniques you need to make your restaurant more profitable and successful. I'm your host, Jamie Oikle. Today, we've got an upcoming event and trends talk episode for you with Ashley Bray, content director at the Bar and Restaurant Expo, which is the big Las Vegas show. So what are the dates this year, Ashley? What's going on?
Yeah, we're going to be in Las Vegas once again from March 24th to the 26th. I do want to say if anybody hasn't registered yet, we're offering a code through March 10th. You can get 30% off our deluxe VIP pass. So if you haven't registered, there's still time and you can get a discount.
Well, where can they go and do that?
So they can go on our website, barandrestaurantexpo.com. And then at the very top, there'll be a register link and you can click on that. We have a bunch of pricing tiers. Obviously, pricing is a huge concern for people nowadays with inflation and everything else. So they can choose the VIP pass. They can choose something further down the line, like conference only, expo only, whatever kind of fits what they're looking for.
Good. Okay. Well, what's new with the show this year? I mean, there's always a lot going on. Big giant show. What's kind of new?
Yes, a lot of moving parts. We actually have a lot of new things at the show this year I wanted to cover. I thought I'd start with the Expo Hall, which is going to be open March 25th and 26th. As you know, we rebranded to Bar and Restaurant Expo a couple of years ago, and we've continued to push into food and restaurant and food service. And so we're happy this year to have some of the big companies on our show floor. We have Kraft Heinz, Broaster, Land O'Lakes that are all going to be in our restaurant zone on the second floor. That's something I do want to call out for listeners. Typically, we've been on one floor, but this year we're spread out over two. So most of the Bar and Restaurant Expo will be on the first floor. And then on the second floor, you'll find our restaurant zone, our food and beverage innovation center, as well as World Tea Expo, which we've co-located with for the last few years. But to get back to that restaurant zone, we've got some big names. We also have Middleby coming back. They're going to have their full electric kitchen equipment on display. They're going to be giving out thousands of samples that will be prepared daily by chefs and Johnson & Wales students. So I would definitely check that out. The 2 days the show floor is open, we're going to have a bunch of chef demos as well. So learn how to make some new food items you may want to add to your menu. The other thing I wanted to call out is we're in a partnership with IFMA, the Food Away from Home Association. They're actually going to have a pavilion on our show floor this year as well. They are going to have several key members exhibiting like Nestle, Kerry Food Service, people like that. And they're also going to be presenting 2 education sessions in their pavilion. One is their forecast and outlook for 2025. So I would definitely check that out. And since we're talking about pavilions, over the last few years, we've had Japan and Italy have big pavilions on the show floor, which are fun, bring a lot of different food items. We're thrilled to add a couple more this year. So we're going to have the Mexican beverage showcase. Tequila is huge, trending. Margarita is still the #1 on-premise cocktail, right? So there'll be a lot of tequila to sample, but there will also be some of the lesser known agave spirits that come from Mexico that attendees may not know about. So that'll be good to check out. We also have Rwanda, which is bringing, I know, kind of unexpected, which is bringing coffee, vodka, and their Visit Rwanda tourism booth. And then we've got a couple domestic pavilions, Go Texan in North Dakota. They're bringing things like barbecue companies, distillers from their states, things like that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. So it's like, that's a lot of fun.
It's going to be good. We're, and then if you're the expo floor, sometimes people come for that to meet, search for new products, shop for things they can add to their bars or restaurants. But we also have a robust conference program this year. And I'm so excited because we have 2 really big keynote names coming to speak for us. Will Gadara, who is a former co-owner of 11 Madison Park. He's an author. He co-producer of FX's The Bear, which is about, the restaurant industry. So he's going to dive into lessons from his book, Unreasonable Hospitality, give us some insights on team culture, guest experience, things like that. So that's going to be Tuesday morning to open up the show. And then Wednesday morning, we have King Cocktail himself, Dale DeGroff. So he also is an author, partner in DeGroff Spirits, and he's going to be talking about innovation. What are some big and bold, unique strategies to go beyond your typical beverage program? What are some new things you can bring in to kind of attract customers? So we're super, super excited about those 2 gentlemen speaking for us.
What about that? I mean, great keynotes there. Awesome. What about breakout sessions? Is it a robust calendar? Is there a few? How does that work?
We have a lot this year. We actually split up the conference program into, if you want to call it tracks. So depending on where you are in the industry, we have programs that can meet you experience-wise. We've separated into startup, fundamentals, growth mode, and mastery. So attendees can kind of choose their own adventure, so to speak. And we have different tracks, hospitality, we've got operations, food and beverage. There's something for everybody, really, depending on what you're looking to learn.
Wow. Okay. So I'm assuming right on the website, all that's there. The keynote's there.
Yeah.
The conference track is there. You can kind of because when you get to a show, you got to almost kind of know what you want to do ahead of time. There's so much going on.
Oh, I always recommend that. We usually put an article out a couple weeks before the show, especially for first timers, on what to expect, what to do. And one of the things I push is make your schedule in advance, because you're going to get on site and you're going to be so overwhelmed if you're trying to do it in the moment. So the full schedule is up there. Our networking parties at night, if that's something you're interested in. We have our parties at Marquee, Access, and Omnia this year after hours, if that's your jam. We're also doing a welcome party at Sahara once again. They just renovated their pool, and that's where we're having the party. So that should be a pretty cool thing. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So come ready and come prepared. What about trends you're seeing on the floor, or exhibitors, or other kind of content trends? What do you think?
Sure. So there's a couple things I'm seeing. Non-alc, which is no surprise to anybody who pays even the least bit of attention to our industry. Spirits share was down for the first time in years in 2024. They're typically up, and they've been overtaken by other things. So it reflects a move away from imbibing alcohol, especially for the younger generations, your legal drinking age, Gen Z, some millennials. So we're seeing a lot of that, and it's funny, they're not drinking, but it doesn't mean they're not partaking in anything. So we're seeing the alcohol being replaced by functional drinks, energy drinks, cannabis in a lot of instances. So that's huge. We are going to have a zero proof section on our show floor that people can check out. The American, we're going to have the Non-Alc Association, ANBA, on the floor as well. There to answer questions, learn a little bit more about what's available, how you can implement this into your bar or restaurant if you haven't done it already. Inflation, that's just a fun topic, right? I mentioned it at the
topic.
I know, at the top of the call today, but concern about money, tighter budgets. Are these these incoming tariffs going to affect the on-premise? Egg prices. I mean, there's people putting fees on dishes that include eggs now. So what I'm seeing to kind of combat that rise in price is smaller, more streamlined menus. So a lot of people are cutting back on what they are offering and making sure they're doing a really good job at that. A positive thing is, while restaurants are seeing lower traffic, they are seeing higher check size when people do go out to dine out. So people are looking for that experience. They want to splurge on maybe that dessert option or a craft cocktail or something they wouldn't otherwise. So the check average is going up, even though traffic is going down. So that's kind of evening things out a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. It is unrelenting. I would say the pricing and so forth. As I dine out, I'm noticing it. I know everyone else is as well. So it's going to be good to hear from the supplier side, from some of your speakers, about how folks are effectively dealing with the cost and inflation, and how to get around, and how to still maximize profits, and pull money out of the restaurant, because it's getting tougher and tougher to do so. So anything we didn't hit that you want to hit, remind them of where to go to register. What do you think?
Sure. Barandrestaurantexpo.com is where you can find our full conference agenda. You can register, find all information about our pricing tiers. You can find a list of exhibitors and our floor plan. Again, we're on 2 floors this year, just so people can keep that in mind. And again, we're going to be in Vegas, March 24th through the 26th in the South Hall Conference Center. So we're hoping we see you there.
Yeah. Perfect. I was just going to say, let's hit them with the date again, and you did it. So March 24th to 26th, folks, go to barandrestaurantexpo.com to find out more and to register. In the meantime, for more tips about restaurant operations and marketing and service, people, tech, and more, stay tuned to us here at runningrestaurants.com. Do us a favor, share this and let people know about the show. Share the show, rate the show, give us a like and all that. We appreciate it. Ashley, good talking to you. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Jamie.